Oneonta's senior football star, Fluff Bothwell, became the sixth player in AHSAA history to rush for more than 3,000 yards in a single season last year. His 3,112 rushing yards in 13 games ranked third best of all times. But he's not resting on last year's accomplishments. Last week alone, Fluff accounted for 8 TDs with 265 yards rushing and 17 tackles on defense. Let's welcome to our program Oneonta coach Phil Phillips and his player Fluff Bothwell. Welcome to the program, guys.
Good to be here.
Well, Coach, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about last week's victory and what it meant to the team, and then, of course, moving forward, how it helps you look forward to the rest of the season and the playoffs.
Well, it was a region game, which, of course, makes it very important. And we had been on the road twice this year and come up short both times. So we were looking for a first road win. And anytime you go to Etowah, you go to Etowah, you know you're going to be in for a physical, fast team and a game, and that's what it was. And our kids made a lot of plays. We had some kids make some plays Friday night who hasn't made some of those plays so far, and it was a big win. It was a region win. It put us in position to maybe host a playoff game if we could get a couple more wins, and that's really the only goal we talk about as a team is hosting playoff games in the first round. So that put us a little step closer to that. So that that made it a very important win.
Well, Coach, you've got one of your star players sitting there beside you. Introduce us to the young man sitting next to you.
Well, beside me is my running back, Fluff Bothwell, and I get asked this a lot. How good is Fluff? What does Fluff mean to your team? I tell you, Fluff. The first and foremost, Fluff is a leader in our school. He's a leader in our town. He conducts himself up and down the hallways and in classrooms like he's supposed to, and he does it in town. And so he has been a leader like that for us for years. And then his last couple of years, we wake up one morning, he's kind of morphed into this grown man, and he's kind of put us on his back and carried us the last couple of years. He's had plenty of help. He had a really good offensive line last year, and we took advantage of it. This year we're breaking in some new guys up front, and so it's been a learning process. And we just talked before we came on the air. It kind of felt like maybe we're making some headway now. We're starting to be able to do some things that we like to do, but he's our bell cow. Every team needs one, and he does that for us, and we're excited to have him.
Well, Fluff, I got to ask you, where'd you get that nickname, Fluff?
I was a 11-pound baby, and so my mom gave me that name, and it stuck with me ever since. So.
Well, Fluff, playing both sides of the ball, that's exhausting. Tell us how you're able to play both sides of the ball every Friday night and remain so impactful on both sides.
To me, I just feel like you just got to love the game enough. I just feel like when it comes to knowing you have to do this and do that, a lot of people are dependent on me to do what I have to do. So it's just got to do it.
Well, Coach, with Fluff being such an integral part of your team on both sides, do you worry about him wearing down as the season goes on?
Oh yeah. We were fortunate last year. He had tons of yards last year, but he only had to carry about just under 20 carries a game, and that's changed this. And we played him on the edge. That's changed this year. He's having to carry it in the mid-20s, and we're playing him inside. So he really gets no break. And one of the biggest things we wanted to do coming into the season is find a way to get him off the field some. And what we've realized about a month ago, if this team's going to have any success, that idea is kind of out the window. We're not going to get him off the field a whole lot. We get him off on a few special teams, but that's about it.
Well, Fluff, breaking the records that you've broken and putting up the stats that you continue to put up, I'm sure that you have been on the radar of lots of college-level recruits. Tell us, do you have plans for next season?
Going into college, my plan is to make an impact early. So, I mean, that's really every player's goal to reach as going into college as freshmen is to make an impact early. So that's my goal for next season.
Well, Coach, I understand that you guys have a bye this week. How important is an off week to your team looking forward to the rest of the season?
Well, it's huge for this team. We play so many players both ways that it's coming about at the right time. I hate it. We only have 9 regular season games, but now last year and this year, having this week here to kind of rest up a little bit, restore your body, work on some little things, get some younger guys some work at practice that don't necessarily get a lot of work during the week in a normal week. It's been a huge advantage, and we'd be crazy not to use it as that a time to so this body can heal. There's 4 or 5 others that really don't come off the field either, and their bodies and minds need a little rest too.
Well, Coach Phillips and Fluff, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We congratulate you again on last week's big win. Enjoy this off week, and we wish you the best of luck going forward the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this on AHSAA TV Weekly.